The Sandhills in Nebraska take up approximately a third of the state, the result of a huge sandstorm millennia ago. It is the largest sand deposit in the Western Hemisphere. It has grass growing on top of it. It's completely unique, completely beautiful. One of the real advantages to small communities like this, people depend upon one another. If somebody has an idea that people think, hey, that's a pretty good idea, they'll get behind it. Most of the folks that live around here have been here for generations. There are a number of ranches and farms that have been in operation for over 100 years. The sense of community or community responsibility is the ultimate power. And that's what makes Arnold and many other communities in this country. In order to keep small towns alive, it requires, I hate the term thinking out of the box, so I'll say thinking outside of the circle.
Small towns are shrinking. This kind of event brings people from all over the country to come here to this small community.
There was an article a long time ago with Formula One driver, world champion Jimmy Clark. He had honed his skills driving the curvy, narrow blacktop roads in Scotland. And as it turns out, the Sandhills resembles a part of Scotland. It occurred to me, if we could close that road, we could have a race on this road.
I got a phone call one evening. It was Joe Schoen. I had done some open road racing out in Nevada, and he wanted to get some advice on maybe we'd start one in Nebraska. And I said, well, it'd be great, but I think he's a real dreamer. We went on the road up here north of Arnold to Dunning, and we went to a commissioner's meeting, explained what we wanted to do, and I got a hunch a couple of them thought we were crazy. And that was 20 years ago, and we're on the same road and we all love it.
We needed 30 cars to pay the bills, and our first year we got 34 cars. The next year we had 54 cars. The third year we had 74. And then after that it was well over 100. Well, let me tell you what makes the Sandhills Open Road Challenge so unique. First of all, there are 3 open road races in the country. Everybody, of course, will say theirs is the best, and they're welcome to say that. They happen to be wrong. If you want a real challenge, you come here.
There's other open road races throughout the country. I was the event director for Silver State out in Nevada. Great, but if you want a challenging road, up and down hills, around corners, small farm road, this is the most challenging road you're gonna have for open road racing.
It's actually a 2-lane county road. It has no runoff on either side. It's a rough road because it gets used a lot by farmers and farming equipment.
Not like going to Texas or Nevada and got this long, straight, smooth road. If that's what you're up for, that's good. This is a hilly, windy, paved road.
Here, you have to drive it like a slot car. Stay out of the apex of the corner because it is so rough that if you miss it, it will suck you into the ditch and your day is done.
I've done 200 miles an hour many times in many cars, but it's almost always been on a big runway. You do this on a rural road, fields and ditches, it's a different experience. The ground rush you get that you don't get on a big wide runway, I'm telling you, on this road, it feels like you're a freaking superhero.
You will be able to see every car from the Volkswagen Beetle to McLaren, Ferrari.
Lamborghini, numerous Shelbys. You see a lot of Corvettes, Camaros, Mustangs, you name it, it's here.
The Sandhills Open Road Challenge brings people from all over the country that are interested in motorsports, that want a little excitement in their life. We have a number of drivers here that are good enough that they could probably race professionally.
This is actually an entire, almost a week event. Thursday morning, you start off with the loop-to-loop race, which is a much tighter course, a little lower speeds. Friday, they have a mile shootout and a half-mile shootout. You get a standing start and run down as fast as you can.
So in most half-mile events, you'll do this on a runway or somewhere, and out here in Arnold, Nebraska, we're going to be doing this on a single-lane road in the middle of cornfields with a crown in the road.
I'm hoping in the half-mile we'll be able to hit, in the 170 range. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Then Saturday, the big race, the Sandhills Open Road Challenge, what we came here for. 2 27-mile runs. You're going for an average speed, but it's much higher speed.
You have 27 or so miles that you need to figure out, learn, navigate, up and down hills, blind hills.
You really want to have a good navigator because there's a lot of corners that come up quick. You're going fast, there's a lot of things unknown.
And then you turn around and come the other way. Well, it's the same turn, right? Oh no, that turn is very different when you go this way than when you go this way.
I think probably one of the things that I've found most rewarding is what the SRC has brought to Arnold. Anytime that we have a request by someone who wants to get something done here that is a benefit to Arnold or the local area, we'll fund it. This is our 20th event. We have surpassed well over $1 million.
The SORC gives back so much to Arnold and the surrounding communities.
How often do you see a charity where all the money goes back to the community?
We just try to help where we can and to keep our little town going.
And they have meetings year-round, they do all this stuff, and then the volunteers that show up, they come as racers sometimes, and then they end up doing the volunteer thing intermittently just because they want to always come.
Well, the people that volunteer for our event are terrific. I mean, they're just great people. It requires a lot of effort to do this.
We probably have over 300 volunteers that help us throughout the whole week.
You can really tell that everyone in town is just passionate about this event, and they put a lot into it, and it's cool to see a small town like this put on such a rad event.
The people here look forward to this every year. The town of Arnold during race week becomes electric. If you go to the SORC, you will never be satisfied with any other race. Now, you come to Arnold, go to one of the local establishments, very likely somebody's going to buy you a beer. Somebody might even say, do you need a place to stay?
You know, there's only one hotel or two hotels, and the people open their homes to the racers. You gain lifelong friends.
The drivers now come back because of the people. It's not because of the road and the race and everything like that. They call it a homecoming.
Well, sometimes I ask myself, okay, Joe, why do you do this? I'm not sure there's really a single answer. I enjoy every aspect of it. At first, I wanted to have a really good time, place or win. Now I just want to go back and see my friends. I can see something that I had a role in with the help of a lot of people come to fruition to do something good.